Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the show. My name is Chana. With me, we've got Mike, Aaron, the Weasel, and Joe.
Oh
Just
my
kidding.
gosh.
Just
How did
kidding.
he sneak in again?
Nice.
Yeah, how did he get in here? I know, and we're like opposing opposing colors here. I'm blue, he's red. We gonna square down, bro?
I'm blue.
Oh no! Hey, I was watching some old school WWF. You guys remember Animal and Hawk, Legion of Doom? I don't know who used to
Legion
watch.
of Doom. I don't remember the character. I don't remember the specific ones, but I remember the Legion of Doom.
Oh, you guys don't watch? Oh, you didn't used to watch that?
No, I had friends that did.
Oh my
I was too
god!
cool for that. Man.
Steiner Brothers, come on.
The Steiner brothers, Scott Steiner, and what was the other one?
Rick Steiner.
The Big Papa Pump.
Yeah, he got all
Big
jacked.
Papa Pump. What?
Yeah.
I asked Angela, in our group, like as a group, as a whole, like Daily Hi-Fi, are we like good guys or bad guys in the whole audio scene? I asked her, and she's like, as a whole, I think pretty much like, you guys are good guys, but like within the group, I think she said, I'm like the bad guy who turned to a good guy.
Oh, okay.
And then Michael's like the good guy who's like, everybody thinks he's good, but like behind the scenes, like he's like the manager who does like crazy stuff.
What? Hang on a second.
Yeah, so I think he said Chana's just the good guy, and then I don't remember what she said about Aaron.
Damn, I want to be a bad guy.
Bobby the Weasel, maybe. Huh? I just kidding.
I'm trying to think. Oh, we're the NWO. That's what we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm curious what these guys think. Who's the good guy? Who's the bad guy here?
Four Horsemen.
Yeah. Woo! Woo!
That's right. I did watch some of it. Not a lot in the 80s, though. There's a fellow on here named Don Hensley, and it's way too close to Don Henley.
Yeah, Don. He's one of our patrons.
Sweet. I like all of his music, especially Boys of Summer. That's a good one.
So I'm the food guy. I'm the food good guy,
The food guy.
according to Ike.
So I'm the good guy that everybody thinks is bad? What's up with
You're
that?
Eric
No, but like behind the scenes, like you're the guy who like trips people up. You know what I mean?
What? No, I
Like-
wouldn't do that.
Oh, when the ref
genuinely-
isn't looking?
I'm a nice guy.
Yeah.
No.
He'll trip the leg.
Yeah.
He'll sweep the leg. Sweep the
Tristan
leg.
got some love.
Do you have a
Appreciate
problem with
that,
that?
Tristan.
I'm
Look at
both.
that, man.
Oh,
Michael is the ultimate good. Jana is both. Joe is a good guy that goes bad and then goes good. It's like, oh,
It's awesome.
you guys are great. You guys are great. You know what's funny? I totally forgot about this because it's been so long ago, and I put it on my Instagram story on the Techno Dad. So if you follow me on there. So you guys, I'm sure you guys have heard of the show. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia or something like that.
Yeah.
Is that how it goes?
Yeah.
Is that the title?
I've not seen it, but I know what you're talking about.
So they had a skiing episode, and they came up here to Mammoth, and so I was one of the extras, and they just posted a picture of that episode, and this is years ago. The episode's already gone out, and I could see myself in the back there, and I'm like, oh, what the heck? It brought back good memories. Like
Nice.
literally, we just sat around for like 3 days getting paid. Like that was great. It was
Danny
great.
DeVito.
Yes, got to see all the actors. Yeah, Danny DeVito, man, he is so short. Like wow,
He is.
like really crazy short.
Yeah.
Like shorter than Joe even. Oh.
oh,
Ooh, dang. Charlie got jokes tonight, man. What's up?
dang. All right. So yeah, who we got in the chat here? We got a lot of familiar faces. A lot of folks from the after show. So
Dude.
if you're not a patron already, if you want to join us in the after show, we do 30 minutes over there at least, and just hang out with us. It's at patreon.com/daily hi-fi.
Len
Check
and
that out.
Snoots were in here the first. Len and Snoots, these are the first comments. Crazy. 2:30. 2:30. That's so early.
Whoa.
This show starts at 4. You guys are hardcore. I love it.
That's right, dude.
We love you for it. So
guys
Len,
got-
Snoots,
Hypnotic.
Hypnotic,
Blue drink.
the blue drink. Yeah, the Hypnotic.
Gatorade.
RJ. I think I saw Crowson. Yeah, BL Swagger, OG, Junior OG, Pote. Hey Pote, how is the new? Did you get a processor? Didn't you get an Anthem or something like that? Is that right? I don't know. Let us know. Steve Mann, what's up? Don, what's going on? Sing us a song in the after show, please.
So we got
that he's gonna be in the VIP. Appreciate that.
Yeah. So we got some recent videos. What are the recent videos? I know for me, I had the SVS 3000 micro, and then before that, I did the OSD SS8, like that slim subwoofer. Chana, I think you did the Rel.
Yeah, I got a Rel
HT
subwoofer, HT1003, the
1003.
little baby,
Little baby
It's
one.
Dude, that thing is so tiny, man. Like just sitting it on top of the 15-inch, I'm like, damn.
Yeah. Aaron, you just recently did one where you're comparing the two, like SB 2000 Pro versus SB 3000. Is that right? Little shootout.
Right. Yep.
And then Michael, you have your famous home theater tour update.
Yeah, man. Hadn't done that in, like, man, it's been forever.
Yeah, man.
Over a year.
So if you're wondering why Michael, he was having a few issues with his microphone, so he's just using the webcam mic. So apologize for that. I don't know what's going on.
Mike's having mic problems.
He called it.
He knew what I was reaching for.
Oh, mercy.
So yeah, you know, all those videos, I think there's something in common. We all have some subs, right? We all got subs going on. And it seems like the new thing is like smaller subs. Have you seen that? Last time we were talking about the KEF KC62, and then boom, SVS.
Everyone can thank Bose. Everybody's making a lifestyle subwoofer right now.
Right.
Lifestyle subwoofer.
You know what I've tested actually is the Sonos sub. That thing's pretty small, and it was hitting pretty deep. But
That
it's weird.
like
it's
$700
weird.
bucks,
It doesn't. It's $700, and it didn't really sound clean. Like you couldn't really tweak the settings on it. It was either just like super boomy or a little bit less boomy. Like those are the settings. It's kind of weird. You couldn't do you couldn't do like parametric EQ or anything like that. Even though they have like a room correction thing, it never got it to sound really good.
Didn't sound good when you got room correction going in it?
Well, it was their room correction.
Oh.
Right?
Oh, okay.
So it was their own little thing. Yeah, what do you guys think about these micro subs, these small subwoofers?
I mean, as far as like the whole compact thing, like, you know, I'm in here 10 foot by 14 foot with 8 foot ceilings. I'm at like 1,100 square feet or 1,100 cubic feet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at the little 10-inch Rel over here. Like I got enough space for that. Yeah. I don't think I got enough space for a 12-inch, you know. So yeah, like if they sound good, if they do what they want, what you need them to do, you know, then all good. But if they're like more hype than bass, then
I think it's one of the things off. You have to kind of just have some realistic expectations of what, you know. You can't expect it to go down to 7 hertz, or you can't expect it to, you know, shake your entire house. But if you just want to add in some lower octaves and fill in that bottom end, you know, whether it's for movies or for 2-channel, and especially if you just need that tight space, you know, some people are saying, well, why not get the PB1000? You know, it'll probably outperform it, and it's like $200 cheaper. Well, the reality is they sell the small compact sub for a reason. You know, it's for people that want that really tiny, you know, small profile. It's barely wider than the actual driver itself, or both drivers. So I think it definitely fits a niche, and I think it fits, you know, the needs of some customers, but not everybody, you know.
Snoot says, would you guys ever use 5 micro subs, one located at each main floor level speaker?
Yeah.
Well,
I would.
Me and Joe were trying to discuss how many mini subs does Michael need to replace his JTRs, right? So how what did we say? It was a 10 or 15?
No, I think it was like 10 or something like that. But then we decided like it'd probably be 15, counting all the excursion.
It takes
probably like 15 of those stacked.
People that are smarter than me doing math, they figured it would take probably 6 to 7 PB16s to equal the RS2s. So
what, 1 or 2 RS2s?
That part I don't know. He was doing the calculation. I'm guessing 2 since I had 2. Okay. But he just I don't know. But I think what they were doing is looking at 8 hertz which is what they're flat down to in my room. So they're thinking, everybody else falls off pretty drastically at 17, 16, 15, 14.
Right.
So to get down to 8, you got to have a lot more of those subwoofers to get that volume on up there.
Yeah, that's the problem. You can't change the F3 no matter how many you get. So
Yeah.
you're just going to have to buy a whole bunch of them and then shelve them. Shelve them at like 20 hertz,
Exactly.
Well, hold on a second.
It'd still be fun.
Hold on a second. How about what if you got a bunch? So let's say it is making those, it is hitting 16 hertz, let's say, but at a low volume.
Right.
Yeah. But if you put a bunch of them together and then kind of just use DSP to like cut off the excess, can't you use some of those at reasonable volumes? Aaron?
At the reasonable
You
volume.
can.
At
Yeah,
reasonable
well,
volume.
that's what I was saying. I mean, you could do it, and then you just have to put a shell filter on it, like to cut everything above, 20 or 30 hertz, because otherwise that would be way too high in level,
Yeah, right. Because that's
you would
gonna be like-
basically low pass your subwoofers at about 30 hertz.
that's funny.
I mean, to even it out, I guess. I mean, just thinking of it in my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I actually mentioned this in my video. I'm like, if you need a subwoofer to go down low and tickle that brown note of yours, this is probably not the one.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah, I think as long as people are, understand what they're getting,
Yeah.
like you don't buy one of those types of subs and expect it to go down to 10 hertz
100%.
with any authority at all. I would assume. Then, yeah, I think it's okay. Most of those are like the cheap ones that I tested like last summer. Those 10-inch ones from Amazon. They're like mid bass modules, not subwoofers.
Yeah.
So there are ways of space. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, no, seriously. I mean, they're pretty big. They're pretty big, right? So they're bigger than this 3000 micro, and they're not coming even close to 20 hertz. Let's be honest, right?
Yeah.
Those are not coming close. I'm very curious because I know that there's some talks about you getting some 3000 micros to measure, right? With your CA 2010.
Yeah.
That's gonna tell us the whole story, right?
Yeah,
About
that'll be
how loud it's gonna get at certain frequencies.
Right. Well, and so my thing is, in car audio, shallow subwoofers have been a big deal for a long time. So I'm just like, why don't people just go out and buy some shallow 10-inch Kenwood subwoofers and get a prefab box on eBay and just call it a day? Get you a pro audio amp that costs $200 with 1,000 something watts, and you're done. But it's a lot harder, I guess, to do that than it is just to buy something that's ready to go. You plug a power cord into it and you're done.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, sometimes I wonder how well some of the car audio subs would do if you just stuck a plate amp on them.
Oh,
Or power. I'm like, some of those are pretty legit subs.
Oh yeah, and they have to be. A lot of the SPL based ones are, because they're expected to be beat on. I mean, they're expected to straight up be abused, not just played around in a home theater, but they're expected to be pounded on for long periods of time and handle the heat and dissipate it. But yeah, I'd be curious to see how the SVS 3000 micro does. Yeah, see,
The micro mini.
Yeah,
All right,
micro.
so I'll say from my experience with the 3000 micro, I mean, it's legit. So I'll put my name on it. So if the measurements say like, oh, this is pretty whack, and you guys are just hyping it up, there's no way. I'm like, all right, well, I'm saying, I think you're gonna measure them and say like, all right, these are pretty legit.
Yeah.
Like you'll be surprised at what they can do, because they're pushing a good amount of power through them.
Yeah.
Right. And yeah, I mean the thing I like is that it doesn't move too. You guys have seen those like old school like Sunfire true subwoofer subs?
Yeah.
I used to have two subwoofers that were 3 10-inch. It's in a triangle. It had a active 10-inch. I even had the 12-inch version of it too. So it had a 12-inch active and then two 12-inch passives. That thing would walk all across my floor, man.
Like literally, like it would move.
Yeah, literally.
How'd you keep it in place?
Put it
Blue
on
tack,
carpet.
right?
No, I had to put it on carpet. If I put it on my hardwood floors in my 2-channel setup, it would walk. But if I put it on carpet, like in a theater room, of course it wouldn't move anywhere. But,
That reminds me of that one. Remember you reviewed the Vanitude transparent one Encores?
yeah.
And you had them sitting there, and it has a passive radiator on the back.
Yeah.
And you're recording, and you're like, oh, it almost fell off the.
Yeah, it was sliding a little bit. I was like, because it's so smooth, they had that bottom part.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I've seen, like people talk about doing the sub crawl, and for a long time I didn't realize people were talking about sub crawl as in like try to find the best location for it.
Right.
But I thought they were talking about.
Well, what did you think? It was kind of like a pub crawl? What?
No, I thought they were actually talking about the subwoofers moving because I've seen that happen so much,
Yeah.
you know, where the subwoofer just starts to walk on its own.
So when I first got I think it was the PB, no, maybe it was the SB16. I've got a video of it somewhere. I was going to post it on my channel one time, but I just never did. But I always take off the bottom feet, you know, because I've got carpet in there, so these rubber feet make it really hard. And the first time I was trying to move the PB16, it's 175 pounds, and it like made these black marks all over my carpet. So I'm like, oh, I got to fix this. And so I took off the feet, and I was cranking the music one day with either the SB 16 or the PB16. I can't remember which one, but it literally started moving. I mean, it was real small, but it was definitely moving. I'm like, dang, man, that's crazy.
That's pretty
but
cool.
When you've got those dual opposing, what happens is as one driver is going out and the other driver is going out, it basically cancels out any inertia, you know, that would cause that subwoofer to move. I reviewed the Power Sound Audio S3611 a long time ago, and that had dual opposing 18-inch. Holy cow, man. I mean, it was incredible pressure in my room, but literally I put a glass on top. I mean, the glass didn't move. I mean, the water in it moved a little bit, but it wasn't like an ocean, man. It wasn't going crazy. It wasn't spilling.
Like Jurassic Park style?
Yeah, no. I mean, but you could see a little, you know, vibration because the whole stinking room was vibrating.
Yeah.
But it wasn't because the subwoofer was moving. So I really like the concept of a dual opposing subwoofer. So
Yeah.
One thing they mentioned in the live stream though, when they were doing their kind of like their announcement of it, is they mentioned that, you know, yeah, this would even work great inside a cabinet. And I'm thinking, I don't think so.
Okay.
You know? I mean, it might fit in a cabinet, but acoustically, I just can't see how that's going to sound great.
Well, I mean, isn't that just bandpass? Yeah, it's a sealed box firing into a ported box, right?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean,
Tuned perfectly right there.
Technically, that's exactly what I've got here at my office setup. So I've got my little clipped subwoofer kind of tucked away. But, I mean, I'm not looking for accuracy. I just want to be able to hear the low frequencies. But it doesn't work
He wants
now
to get
anyway.
low.
I'd love to check out the...
There's a difference between a youth man video and like something like mine or maybe like Aaron's, right? He gets all technical, tells you what's going on exactly, measures it, and Michael will put a wine glass just to let you know, like,
I'm telling you, it
it's
moves,
not moving.
baby.
That's
It
all
moves.
you do.
Different ways, right?
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
man.
I'm not the super technical. I'm the guy that y'all complain about that doesn't
There
do
are
all the
multiple
measurements.
ways.
Oh, we're
Multiple
gonna
ways.
get you up. We have to. I'm not gonna let that go. You can't just be subjective only. Like, I feel like this. Like, nah, come
No,
on.
I do objective measurements. I just don't do them to the level that you guys do, by any means.
Hey, I'm
I've never.
it too, by the way. I'm over it. I'm just gonna start being like, this is what I heard, and you guys should get on or nah.
You
I'm
guys
just
should
gonna do
get
a
on
thumbs up or
board.
a thumbs down.
Yeah, make it
Makes it a
easy,
lot
man.
easier. That makes it a whole lot easier.
Who said here? You know, we may laugh at Sunfire now.
But they're the ones that started. It was less.
Yeah.
Or less.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
No,
true.
we're not making fun of them. I mean, I mean, I remember when that Sunfire True subwoofer came out. I think it was like 3,000 watts or something.
Yeah.
Bob Carver design, right?
Now, what did it
And I was
retail
like,
for?
this is crazy. Like, look at that thing. Look at the surrounds on that thing. It looked amazing. And I think they did have like a wine glass or something near it. But yeah.
Do y'all remember how much that retailed for?
Not cheap.
Over 1,000, 2,000?
I don't know. I was a kid. I was broke. I couldn't afford anything. Like, everything looked expensive to me.
True.
Yeah. All I remember at that age was my brother had some huge Kenwood speakers with probably like a 12, a 4-inch, and a big old compression 1-inch tweeter in it. And he played Dr. Dre and LL Cool J all the time. So
Nice.
that's what I remember.
I wonder if you heard that system right now, like, what would you think about it?
Yeah.
You
So
would?
it's funny because like in car audio, we have this talk, you know, like you go crazy, like expend this much money to get this great system. And we've talked about, you know, some of the best systems we heard were early on and the ones that got us hooked, and they sounded fantastic. And yeah, I mean, they'd probably be eclipsed now, but I don't know, man. It's almost like, I can't even think about it. My mind just went blank. What's the word? I'm looking for a phrase here. Y'all go ahead. I'll come back to it. In a
Yeah.
second.
Well, how about this? Would like a old Sherwin Vegas stroker still be legit today?
Probably not. But that's because you know more, and you're like that's the thing about us. Like we've been doing this for so long. We at least speaking for myself, and I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but it's almost hard sometimes to disassociate yourself from the reviewer side and just the pure, fan side of things, And it's almost like it's almost easier for me to listen to a speaker that's got issues because I'm like, okay, it's got issues, whatever, than a speaker where I'm like trying to critically find issues, I don't know. It's just weird.
See, I don't think that way. Like, and again, I'm not the analytical. I don't think I have that analytical side of me as much, and so I'm able to just kind of sit down and just. I don't try to pick them apart. I mean, I can enjoy something out of every speaker, and maybe that's because I'm an optimist anyway. I mean, there have been very few speakers that I've listened to that I'm like, man, this is just crap.
Mike is a wine glass half full kind of
100%,
100% full. Actually.
Yeah,
there it is.
Yeah, no,
I don't know. Ironically, I'll go ahead. Sorry.
I'm not afraid to say what I don't like about a product, but I also always try to find something good about the product because just because I don't like it, doesn't mean somebody else. I mean, I may think it looks butt ugly. But somebody else may say, man, that's going to look great in my setup. Yeah. And who am I to judge on that? So.
Right. Absolutely. I mean, I was just going to say, I think ignorance is bliss. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Like, I think back, like, man, when I got into car audio, it was just two 10-inch subwoofers and a Rockford enclosure, or a sealed enclosure, Rockford 10s. And then it's like, the more I got into it, the more money I was spending and the more I wanted this and I was breaking this thing. And it's just like, think of how happy I was when I first started. I was just like, it doesn't get better than this, and I'm like, am I happier now, like further along than I was then?
You're not. You need to get 5 more things.
Exactly. I just need to go back and buy those Rockford 10s and put my PVC pipe in it to port it.
I still think those old school strokers with the yellow spider on the outside.
Oh yeah,
with the pole. I still think that those are awesome. I don't care what anybody says.
I remember sitting in that van. It's weird.
Stroker van.
Stroker van.
Yeah, that sounds messed up. Especially when there's just a bunch of guys in there.
I know. Oh, Mike.
I mean, that's pretty messed up, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, the pastor.
See what I mean? See what I mean?
That shit's crazy, dude.
He's that guy.
He's that guy. Yeah, he is that guy.
That's the old guy speaking of.
Well, when I first met Michael in person over there at what was it? Vid Summit. Vid Summit. I was like, "What's up, man?" And I was like doing something, and he pretended to smack me on the head. I was like, "What the heck? We just met." See what I mean?
I don't remember
Michael.
that. He's like, "Do you remember that, Chana?" I don't remember that.
Yeah, he's like, he made a sound effect too.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I think Joe's making stuff up to make me look bad, but it's all good.
Well.
Man, dude, that was so much fun though, man. That was like the first time you and I had met face to face, and Chana the first time I got a chance to meet him face to face, and we just hung out and had a great time together. And I'm missing that.
All kinds of shit happening at that thing. Like I remember you were walking around talking to people, and I actually had a meeting in the lobby or in the little restaurant area with some property managers that wanted to manage my condo down in LA. So I was meeting with them. And so they ordered some food and whatever. And then all of a sudden, like 10 minutes after the food was here, one of them was like, wait, does this have peanuts in it? Dude totally had a peanut allergy and like had to be rushed to the hospital. Like all this while you were walking around, like all this nonsense.
That's hilarious.
That's not happening.
Good. Yeah, no. He was fine. He got rushed to the hospital. He got his like, yeah, because he didn't have his EpiPen with him, and then
he gotta carry that.
Dude, and it was a dish that it was like chicken wings with some sauce and stuff like that, so you wouldn't think peanuts in there. Yeah, but it was weird. So all that nonsense is happening too. It was a crazy weekend or week. Crazy.
Yeah, sounds like it.
All right, so here's a good question. Where'd it go? Here we go. Snyder Cut. Anybody seen that yet?
Oh man,
I watched it. I thought it was really good.
You know what was funny? I was at work and it was like 11:30, and I'm texting with Shane, spare change. I'm like, "What are you doing up so late?" He's on the East Coast. It's almost midnight, so it's almost 3. And he's like, "Oh, waiting for the Snyder Cut of Justice League." Okay.
Wow.
And I started doing whatever I was doing at work, and then I get a picture from him. He's like, "What the fuck is this? 4 to 3?" Like he because he's watching on a big, like
Mhm.
wide, like a cinescope that's
Yeah.
curved. So he was watching like this much of his
Yeah.
screen.
That's the
He was
Yeah.
so pissed. He's like, I waited up for this.
yeah. That's
Yeah,
how
it was
So
weird.
how did you watch it? Straight through?
Me?
No, yeah, no breaks,
Um,
nothing.
No, I took a break because I've got a kid and all that stuff going on. So I watched like half of it on Saturday morning before she woke up, and then the other half on Sunday morning before she woke up. So, but it was really good. Like, so I'll just put it this way: I've hated all the DC movies since Christopher Nolan's trilogy. After that, I thought they were all garbage, just straight up. And I'm a huge like Superman, Batman, even going back to my kid days, like Batman 1989, one of my favorites. But this one I really, really liked. And it was like I didn't want to stop reading or watching it. It's like a good book, you know, although I wouldn't know what that's like because I don't read books. But I really, really liked it. I thought it was really good. And I was hoping that they're going to come out with a second one. So I Googled around, and apparently that may not even happen. I don't know the details on that. But
Well, when you watched the first half, were you excited to watch the like?
yes.
You're like, oh, I can't wait to get back
Yeah.
on this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was legitimately excited about it. I thought it
Wait,
was
like
gonna be
how
really
long
good.
is it? Is the thing long?
4 hours and something.
Yeah, it's 4
Dude.
hours. Yeah.
And honestly, there was only a few times where I felt like, okay, they could have done without this 5 minutes or this 10 minutes, you know. And I thought going into it there was going to be a lot of that, but they did a really good job because they backfilled a lot of people's stories. You know, like here's the origin story for this person and this person and this person. But it was good. It was entertaining.
Okay.
Yeah,
It
my
didn't get
son
old.
watched it. He said he really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I would watch it again, no doubt. I actually,
Where's it? Is it streaming somewhere?
HBO Max.
Ah.
Yeah, and it's rated R, FYI, because
Okay.
of language and
So-
violence too.
Okay,
But
so no
I think-
kids, like
Nah.
no. Okay.
Yeah, no young ones, especially.
All
Like
right.
I'll let my 10-year-old daughter probably watch it with me this weekend, but just going into it like, hey, these things happen. You can't say these things, and don't go cutting people's heads off. But
That's good fatherly advice.
good,
right there.
good advice in general, I think. Yeah.
Shout out to Chris Wyndham. Thank you very much for the super sticker. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
Super sticker.
Appreciate it.
I got a question for everybody who's in the chat. Are any of you guys near Frisco, Texas? Because if you are, there's a big car audio thing going on this weekend, and it's sound quality focused. So people will go in and have like a good sounding car audio system instead of just the SPL on the bass. If any of you guys are going to be there in that area, track me down, find me, and I'll shoot you some info because there's going to be that event. You can come out and demo cars during the weekend. And we can meet up in person. I'm actually going to drive out. It's a 10-hour drive, but I'm going to drive over for it and check it out.
Nice.
Yeah, it'll be
Wow.
pretty cool.
Wow.
I'm looking
Hardcore.
forward to it. Yeah, I'm looking for. Well, you know, Michael just said he misses getting together, everybody, and that's exactly why I'm doing this, man. Because it's just that community.
Yeah.
Everybody knows everybody. You know,
Yeah.
you just go and show up and hang out. I'm not even going to judge. I'm just going to go and hang out and enjoy it, and come back Sunday or Monday.
Any other
You're
YouTube
gonna be
guys
judging
going?
in your mind, man?
You know,
Trying
maybe.
to think. Well, not like Derek or Rob
Okay.
Vega, if that's who you're asking. I don't think
Yeah.
that they're going now because they're more from like the SPL or the old school car audio side of things. But yeah, it would be cool if they did. There are some others, but they're more, you know,
Yeah.
like
I
500
got you.
subscribers kind of guys. Yeah,
Yeah, I got you.
yeah, but it'll be fun.
All
Look
right.
forward to it. Go boom,
What
boom,
else?
boom.
What else we have on the agenda? We don't really have an agenda.
We
so-
don't have an agenda. You know what I'm looking forward to is opening up this integrated amplifier
Do it.
and some focals that are here.
Do it now.
So I can't do it now. I gotta wait.
Didn't you say you got the chorus?
Yes, I got the Cora and the Aria. So the
Okay,
Cora
cool.
is the like lower end line,
Okay.
and then the Aria is the one right before you gotta spend the like 10
Massive,
G's
yeah.
for
Nice.
the beryllium.
I'm
Yeah.
a little bit jealous, bro. I'm a little bit jealous of the focals.
Why?
You know, when I get a new place, I think I want those Coras. I mean, they're not super expensive, right? The
Yeah,
Cora
they're not.
826, they're not like
826.
what are they? Like 2 Gs or something like that, or I mean,
I think so. Let me see.
for
Focal
normal
Coras.
persons,
I'm actually
not
looking them up
cheap,
now to see what
but
they look like.
they're floor standing speakers from
Yeah.
Focal. We heard them.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like the way they sounded. So
look pretty cool.
Yep.
I've got some
I
Focal speakers I may be testing soon for
That's-
for
that's-
Shauna.
The studio monitors.
Yeah, those Studio Twin 6. I think that's what they are, right?
Yeah,
6
Twin
BE?
6 BE. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there they are. Yeah. So 1100 each. This is the A26, which is their top of the line one. And or actually
that one
and
with the up firing.
Oh, you want this one?
Oh.
Okay, so
I don't
1500.
know. Just throw it in there. Why not? No, well, I guess there's a price difference. No.
These are the ones that came. These are the ones I have in house. The 816. So.
Yeah, dude, those are
900,
pretty
not bad.
sweet. They have
Yeah.
some good looking speakers for sure.
Oh, definitely.
Fuck
But
out.
fuck out.
You know what, Aaron? You know what might be interesting for you to check out on that Clipple, and it's not too crazy. Well, how can you do powered stuff?
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah, those Dutch and Dutch I just did.
Oh yeah.
Those
that's
are
true.
powered, yeah.
Yeah, and those locales I'll be doing.
Check out those the ones I told you about yesterday, Chana. The iLoud Micros.
iLoud micros.
I think Amir has already tested those.
Did he?
Yeah, those little three, like an MTM.
Yeah, they're MTM, and then they have an ARC
like-
to correct them.
The ARC is like another $100 maybe. Is that?
Yeah, they have a
something like
smaller one
that?
that's not MTM also.
Okay. Yeah, Amir actually tested those. I'm pretty sure because I think I remember looking at those, trying to get an idea if something I would be interested in. I got those Numi BS5 powered ones in the other day. They're actually in my daughter's room right now, just getting broken in. And then I've got some really cheap ones I ordered off Amazon, and these things are legit. I don't even know what they're called anymore to tell you to look them up.
They're just those ones from Amazon.
I think I paid like $120 for them. They're really small. I think they got like a 4-inch mid range and a little baby tweeter in there. But the case or the I'm looking at them right now, so I'm looking off camera the enclosure I think is all aluminum. Like you hold them and they're heavy, but they're little powered speakers. Yeah, so I'm going to throw them on the clip and test them out just to see what they're about. But I'm using them right now on my desktop, and they're cool. They got like a little treble knob, a little bass knob, and volume, the Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, all this crap built into them, and they're pretty nice. Yeah.
Who makes it?
Let me see if I can Google it or Amazon it real fast and find when I bought them. Because the thing is, I bought them for her room to go with her TV.
Yeah.
And
you've jacked them.
yeah, so then I've stolen and I've given her the Numis. So she's using the Numis until I either send them back or whatever they tell me to do with them. I don't know if they're going to just tell me to keep them and I give them away or what. But let's see here. Oh,
by the way, FOMO is in the house from Stop the FOMO. What's up, FOMO? How are you?
So get your gloves on.
Oh
Get
yeah,
your gloves on.
Chana's
Get your
got it
MJ
ready
glove
for
on.
you. Here you go.
FOMO's in the house.
There he is. FOMO. Hey,
So he wears two though.
you got that?
Stop the FOMO.
Stop the FOMO.
that's it.
Do you have a fear of missing out on the newest TVs of 2021?
Oh my gosh.
All right, so you know what that reminds me of? We never did that video.
Oh, we didn't. We didn't.
That'll
do that.
be fun.
Do you think FOMO like hypes himself up like right before the video because he's so smiley right when the thing like opens up?
Yeah.
You know, like
No,
when I start off, I'm like, I gotta get into it. You know, he's already like, hey.
He's got a corner man who's like smacks him in the face and tells him he's ready.
He's got a hype man.
Yeah.
What do you call it? He was saying that he has to be in the right mood, you know, to make a video. And I'm like, oh, dude, I just go shoot the damn thing. Like, it's pretty crazy. Like, I'll wake up literally 5 minutes. 5 minutes later, I'm down here. Everything's on. I'm like, okay, here we go. Like, that's it. Like, I just
Game face.
get in there and do it. Yeah.
Dude, I'm no lie. One time I was shooting a video and I did your intro in my video. I'm like, golly.
I remember you showed it to us.
the
You're like, wait,
heck,
that's
man?
Chana. What the hell?
I was like, man.
That's awesome. Hey, I've got that. If you want to throw it on screen share real fast, just so you guys can see the little speaker I'm talking about. I won't spend a lot of time. I mean, I don't really have anything to say about it, but that's what it is. But these little enclosures are like, I guess they're aluminum. They're actually heavy.
How do they afford that? Because somebody was just
I don't
saying,
know.
oh, you know how much it costs to have an aluminum enclosure?
Well,
that's why the KEF is so much more expensive than the SVS. Well, this is $129 if that's aluminum.
Yeah, and they optical 3.5 millimeter
It's probably-
in.
The aluminum's probably like this thin.
It may be,
wrapped
but,
around the-
but these things are actually pretty heavy. Like when I picked them up, I was like, wow, that's pretty. I don't know. And like I said, they got the little tone controls on the back, so that's pretty neat.
What happens if you open it up? There's like a piece of lead in there.
I just eat it. I guess I don't know. Just,
Right.
Eat it.
yeah.
Then you'll do a what's the name of that company?
Oh, does it blend?
I don't know. Huh?
No, I was thinking of something else.
Just
You
do
can,
you'll do an
yeah.
exposed video, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which one is it, Michael?
Brian
can't,
Williams come
can't
over.
do the Bose exposed. You'd have to
Oh,
do
oh.
Yeah.
that company exposed.
Yeah, don't want to do that.
Won't be kind of clickbaity like Joe's video that
Well, I think
got 2 million views.
I think you'll get a few, like not as many views on the Key ID
Right.
compared to the Bose one, but
That's right.
Derek says he likes my Vincent Tio impersonation. Well, thanks, Derek.
I was drinking. Careful.
Sorry.
Awesome.
Don't do it.
So you mentioned, oh gosh, Amir. So I saw something the other day. Looks like you're gonna have him on your channel, man.
Yeah. I'm gonna have him on there just because I have a bunch of questions. You guys know how much I talk and how many questions I have, and so I figure Aaron's like, I don't know what you're talking about. This guy ignores me now. He's smart.
So Aaron's feeding you questions. He's like, hey, ask him this.
Oh yeah, I'm like, hey, ask him if he thinks Aaron is handsome or if he needs to start working out again.
He wants to really know.
Well, I figured I was thinking of having him on this show, which we can do in the future. But I figured that's too much Clipple in one. Too much Clipple near-field scanner all in one video. You know what I mean?
I don't think our audience could handle it, man.
No, I don't. I can tell you, I wouldn't care.
I just duck out.
I'm into that kind of thing. I'd be like, ugh, I'm so sick of this Clipple crap.
That's funny.
Amir versus Steve. Have you seen that? These guys are going at it. Not going at it, but like, you know, when they're mentioning each other in the videos and stuff.
That's the thing that I don't understand is Steve actually gave him a shout out, and then it's like, so somebody posted on ASR like, hey, Steve gave ASR a shout out, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And I didn't post anything, and I was just like, that's kind of neat. And then I come back like a couple of days later, you know, and then it had devolved into making fun of Steve and making fun of subjectivists. And I was like, guys, like if you're trying to get the message across that people should take the time to learn, if you really want to inform people, this isn't how you do it. Like, you don't start attacking them blindly, even after they've given you a shout out. Like, here's your opportunity to make good on that, you know? Anyway, it just frustrated me. I'm so sick of the whole subjective versus objective thing. I'm like, guys, at the end of the day, we all enjoy music. Like, that's what we're here for. We may have different ways to get there.
Right.
But I mean, if I crank up Michael Jackson, every single one of us are going to be boogieing, you know? So whatever.
Yep. Well, you know, it's funny because what I told you in our chat was, you know, when I talk to my kids, if I'm right, I don't tell them like, hey, nah, you guys are so wrong. Like,
you don't?
That's not how you talk to them. Even though I am right, you know, even though I'm correct.
You're the dude.
And I said, when you're correct, that gives you more leeway to be kind, right? It should. That's the way I
agree.
see it.
I think there's a few adages that I posted over there on ASR, like kind of giving my input, you know, hopefully maybe to get guys to take a step back and say, okay, we got to stop the, you know, not the FOMO, but we've got to stop like the attitude that we've been given, because these people the people who watch these videos are going to come to ASR because they're going to be like, well, what's this site about? Let's go there. And eventually, even if they don't find it right away, eventually they're going to run into that thread, run into these guys who are saying all these negative things, and they're going to be like, oh, well, this ain't for me. And they're just going to bail instead of coming to a place where they're kind of welcomed and people aren't judging them, but people are saying, hey, yeah, you've been told this, but here's this other way to look at things or evaluate things. You know, that's really should be how it goes, in my opinion. I saw that too. And I got a different, I don't think that's how you need to go about things. I don't think that negativity is the way that you want to go.
Yeah.
You know, it's fun.
Amir has a
I watched that.
tactic.
I didn't feel like it was that negative, in my opinion. Like, I didn't see it as like
I didn't think it was
diss or anything like that.
Joe.
Right.
Huh?
That's right.
you're the bad guy.
Because I'm a bad guy? I didn't think it
feel
was
like
bad.
I've watched it and I felt like he spent too much time harping on, because what HiFi? Oh my God. And then Steve, like, he's totally subjective. I get it. But I just feel like, okay, you made your point. You should be able to do that 2 minutes in and out. Boom. Next thing.
Yeah.
You know, you don't need to hang around there for a little bit longer and just denigrate the dudes over and over. Because, I mean, I get it. But
Well, all right. So here's the thing. I'm a reviewer, right? So I kind of take it personally when somebody's recommending stuff that is not good.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like that sucks. You're making people spend money, right? So there's the flip side of that, which is what are the effects if you just let people misinform others, right? And say something.
Right.
What's the baseline of something is actually bad, right? Like, if you just keep recommending stuff that's bad, well, somebody out there maybe they bought that system and it's pretty expensive, and they're like, you know what, this 2-channel thing or this audio thing is not I thought it was gonna be better than this. I spent a lot of money. It's all right. So I don't know. Back to the sound bar.
Yeah.
You know, the thing was good enough.
I get it. No, like I said, I'm perfectly fine with somebody, you know, using that to make a point, but you don't think you need to hang around it forever. Just make your point and move on.
I mean, I made a whole video about Steve Guttenberg's
You did. That's right.
I made an entire video, so I'm guilty. But at least I think I was a little bit kinder. I think I was saying, hey, Steve, you could be trolling us and you're a genius. because here I am. I made an entire video for you, and here I am talking about you right now. So,
Right.
That's pretty good.
I really think it would be fun. You invited him onto your show to talk to talk with him, and I really would love to have a one-on-one because he reminds me of just like one of my good friends that I grew up with riding BMX. And I think like he would be somebody cool to talk to, even if we totally disagree about how to go about things. I think he's probably a good dude deep down, but that's just my opinion. Yeah, I try to stay out of the drama too. I don't talk. I remember when I started the Mika, I learned from the Mika review because I went in blasting that thing. I was like, all these people are saying it's great, great, great. And this is the worst freaking speaker I've ever heard in my life. And then after I did it and I put it up there, I was like, I don't know if that's how I want to be. Yeah.
He's talking about the MB42X, by the way, not the RB42 that I reviewed.
Oh, okay.
Chill.
I thought that was a hack job Joe review.
Yeah, it was.
The mic
As Lenbrook would say.
Yeah.
Hack job.
Yeah.
Chris
terrible.
Wyndham, I'm looking at this thing right now. So Chris, thank you for the super chat, of course. Where's this share button? Here it is.
So who makes that? Is that SMSL? No.
I think it's LoxG.
Oh,
looks
what
like.
How do these people come up with these companies?
I don't ever know if this is SMSL
literally,
or not
they're
because they
just-
have different names.
They just like say,
like a
okay,
name-
how
I
many
think they do a
letters
name
do we
generator.
want? Exactly. How many letters do you want? And then they just pick out random letters. That's
The
it.
name generator is like, oh, that'd be a cool different name.
Yeah.
Yeah. LoxG.
Now, let me tell you, this is the thing that I like that Amir does. And he goes in and reviews these kind of budget things to help you. Like, is this because I'm looking at like $170 and it's got these things and it's probably trash. But when he does these reviews and he shows up that these things are really good, I'm like, oh, that's good to know. That's great information to have.
So Chris, you want to like power some speakers with this? This doesn't have any power output.
It's just
a DAC.
free
right?
outs, right?
Yeah.
That's just a DAC.
Yeah.
I would
But you
say
wanna
in this
take-
case, this is the case where you would want to go look at ASR and see what he recommends. I think a lot of the topping stuff gets good reviews on
Topping,
that
yeah.
site.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
Because even if it's not audible, right? Even if it's not audible, like if it's the same price, might as well get the one that measures better. I mean, that's the way I see it.
Or even if it's just as good. So he's talking about some passive speakers. Yeah.
Well, no. Any suggestions of a DAC speaker amp combo like this for TV optical? So this does have an optical. I mean, honestly, at that point in time, like get a what is it called? An integrated amplifier.
Yeah.
If you don't mind the size.
Yeah.
That's one way to go. I think, again, go to Audio Science Review and look at some of the stuff. He has one where it shows like a rating of all the different DACs.
Oh, that's
and
the
so
D3.
you might find some that are DACs and amplifiers too.
Well, and I was even going to say those Key ID or whatever speakers that I just threw up, or those Numi BS5Ps, like I mean, stuff along that range. That's a powered bookshelf type speaker where you can feed an optical signal into it off your TV. Because that's what I've done for a few of these just to test them out. That might be worthwhile to look into.
Yeah, lots of different options.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's the thing. There's
honestly,
so much stuff out there.
I've always recommended the SMSL AD18, and it doesn't get good reviews on Audio Science Review, right? But at the same time, I mean, it's $144 and it has a bunch of features, right? All these features. It has like optical, I think 2 optical ins. It has a subwoofer out. Has a headphone, which sucks. A headphone jack out, it's not good. Has like a little display, but it's cheap and it's small. Has Bluetooth, has NFC, like a bunch of features, right?
Yeah.
And so I've tested it out, and it didn't sound terrible to me. Depending on the speakers that you're trying to push with them.
Mm-hmm.
But at no point did I say, "Man, this is straight garbage."
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trash city.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it depends on what you're trying to push, but
Right.
I think that's the difference, though, in like how does it measure versus how does it actually sound. Like I can go back and forth. I've reviewed the SMSL what is it, SA300, and that also doesn't get great reviews. Like it's like in the middle over there on ASR website.
Right.
But nothing about it said, "Oh man, this is garbage." Nothing. Like I didn't hear garbage. Maybe it's just my ears aren't good enough, but to me, a speaker, whatever the speaker's doing, is gonna have way more effect.
Yeah, no doubt.
I
agree.
Sorry, a little off
Yeah.
topic. When we said your ears are garbage,
Whose ears are garbage?
I I was thinking about what people often refer to as artist intent.
Oh yeah.
And I'm thinking about making a video about it because I don't really think anybody know who the artist is these days.
No, they don't. Well, and so the other question is for you is people say artist intent. Like I even do that. I try to just say source material, because you can scan the CD, like you can scan the contents of the media, and plot the spectrum and things like that if you really want to. But from what I understand is a lot of the times the artists don't necessarily get what they intended because the engineer will be like, well, this is what we need. Or the producer will be like, this is what you want to sell. So
exactly. Like I was going to do two things. I was going to make a quick song, record the guitar, drum, bass, whatever. And then this is what they recorded. And then here's the finished product. The finished product is totally different because I know I got so many tools here that'll change, saturate. Yeah.
I don't get the mystery though. What is the mystery? I want to argue. Let's go.
So who's the artist?
Bassist.
What are they intending? Because the what's being recorded by the actual artist who wrote the song, right, is different than the final product. So when people say, "Oh, what is artist intent?" or like it's what the artist intended, no, how do you know? You don't know who the artist is.
All right,
you don't
so
know
how about
where
this?
it came in from, right? As so, who's the artist? Is the artist the person that wrote the song, the person that recorded the song, the person that mixed the song, or the person that mastered the song? Because is it all of them, or should we just stop saying that fucking phrase because nobody knows what it means?
All right, how about this? All right, so let's say you have the source track, right? You throw that into your software, and then you can see the waveform, right? And then let's say I play that on my system, and then I record it with a calibrated mic, right? So flat mic, and I record it near, I try to keep it like avoid any reflections, stuff like that, right? And I record it, and you have one speaker where the waveform looks very similar to the original waveform. We're not even talking about listening. We're talking about just looking. And then the one looks very similar, and then another one looks like way off. Well, which one's more accurate? Which one's closer to the artist's intent? I mean, to me, the one that looks more similar, right? And that's not even me listening to them.
Well, I think what Shauna, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I interpret what you're saying is it's different. Okay, so when I review speakers, I'm talking about what is on the source material. Like the CD should be, or the playback system should play whatever is on the CD. But when we talk about the artist, that's the step between the pressing and what was created. Like the artist went into the booth, they sang this song. What did somebody else do with it after the fact? Because what is done after the fact may not be necessarily what they want because they may not have full control over it, depending on who the publisher is and all this stuff. And that's my understanding of things, at least.
I mean the basis is like whatever the artist has recorded or whatever is completely different,
right?
Well, not completely different, but I'd say about different enough to be like, wow, this is my song. They'll be like, holy shit, this sounds great,
right?
But like when audiophiles or anybody in the audio world or hi-fi world, they talk about artist intent, like I don't think they know who the artist is.
Yeah.
And I know because, well, I mean, I don't know who the artist is. I know that there are so many steps in the process from once it's recorded to when it hits your ears from whatever service you got, Tidal, Spotify, or you're buying discs or buying downloads on FLAC or whatever. Like when people say that, I always think I'm like, oh, dude, you have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because you don't know who the artist is. And what you're hearing at the end result is can 100% be not what they recorded. Like it can be completely, totally different.
Well, how about this? Like maybe the last guy to touch that, right? Who is it? The mastering guy is actually he's the one. He's the final artist. He has the final say, I would say.
He has the final say, the final fingerprint on the record or whatever.
Look, you could give me all your video, right, for a review and let me edit it.
Oh, I can do that?
I can make it say something completely different than what you intended it to say.
Exactly. That is here we are. We've arrived at the point. Exactly. So like, when people say that kind of stuff, they're like, oh, no, I can't adjust the bass and treble. It's not how the artist intended it. Pfft, the fuck you talking about? You have no clue, bro. Like when I hear that kind of stuff.
The artist isn't in my living room. So what does it matter? It's the way
then
I want to hear it.
I think that's a different topic, I think, too. So that gets into like the preference of what you want to hear. I think the easy way to look at it, like talk about artist intent, is, well, if the artist intends something, why are there 3 different remasters of that same album? Like, which one of those was the one that he intended or she intended?
This is interesting because I was just looking at Lou Reed Walk on the Wild Side, right? And they have a binaural recording of a live thing that he did. And I guess he said that he wanted his album to actually be recorded in binaural. And so they had 2 recordings, like a binaural one and then a typical old, however they normally do it.
Standard-ish.
And he said, I want a binaural one. This is how I want my record to come out. And when it was released, he's like, this is not the binaural one. This is just like a regular. And they're like, no, you'll sell more with this. Yeah. Let's just do it the normal way. Yeah, you'll sell more.
They really, when you're working with a big record company, you really don't have a choice. And that's the cool part about now is like, you don't really need a record company. You can do everything on your own. It's, just takes a little time, a little money, but
a little knowledge, a little experience.
Yeah. I mean, you could just go to somebody's home studio and record something and then.
Yeah. Wasn't, what's her name? Billie Eilish's album, all done, like her and her brother on a Mac. On just a laptop.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that do that. David
and I just saw a little there's a bunch of there's a little TikTok series where they interview that guy Phineas, and he's like, yeah, you know what's funny? She recorded every song sitting down on the couch holding the microphone. She never wants to stand up and record it, and that's odd because when you stand up, you can open up your diaphragm and you can sing better. But for her, that's crazy. Record it, yeah. So
that's crazy. So much stuff we don't know, or I don't know.
Yeah, so maybe since everybody normally sits down while we listen to music, maybe you got to do the reverse. So now stand up when you're listening to Billie Eilish, because that's how she intended it to be reversed on you guys.
Oh,
I thought what you were going to say is the reason it sounds so real is because everybody's sitting down
on the couch. Yeah, possibly. Who knows?
In and out, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, I like this suggestion that you should demonstrate singing versus sitting versus standing.
Yeah, there we go. BL Swagger. Demonstrate.
Oh, dude, you don't want to hear me.
Do your Barry White voice.
Look, he's all smiling right there.
Barry White voice. No, you got to catch me at karaoke to hear me sing, bro.
Dude.
Or at CES like last time.
Right.
Oh man.
Life of Bliss. I don't think I'm intending to listen to Billie Eilish. This is very true.
Actually, I've not heard any of hers other than from the other room when my daughter has some of her
teenagers playing it. Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah. But I mean, whatever. Different strokes.
My daughter likes her.
Yeah.
Did you see that ad that they did for the Spotify? The HiFi Spotify one?
Oh, yeah. I've seen it on Facebook. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, we really you have to have some big speakers. They have all these speakers stacked up, old school Pioneer receiver. I'm like, you don't listen to that.
Yeah,
that's not funny. What you use.
That is funny.
I trust the brand.
Revel.
Rockhurst, what's up, Rockhurst? Rockhurst actually, he commented on my SVS one hey, you went hard on Kef and you kind of tore him up on the last one. He's like, are you gonna do this one equally? I'm like, all right. I mean, I'm just gonna show you the graphs. I mean,
yeah,
they kind of speak for themselves, but
yeah, I think
we'll have to wait to see what Aaron has to say.
No one can.
I mean, you're gonna measure them the proper way.
SBS wants to send me one, yeah, and they did say something about they would try to send me one out in April, so we'll see. But I want to clear off my table so I can start working on the 12-inch budget shootout thing. That would be fun. Karaoke, dude, I'm down for some karaoke. I will sing Air Supply. I don't even care.
All night long.
I don't even care. I'll sing Air Supply and All Night Long.
Couldn't get my hand up fast enough for that one.
I know. I've glitched here, I think.
Am I frozen?
Yeah. All right.
Frozen. Yeah, just pop in back. Woo. All right.
Oh, BL Swagger. Where's that comment from up top here? BL Swagger said he got an email from Polk Audio talking about something announced tomorrow.
What?
Yeah. What is that? Let's get Aaron back on here.
I have every Billie Jean album.
There you go.
Back.
Oh, dude.
Give me that white glove. Where is it?
The white glove.
There it is. FOMO, if you're still there, I got to know how many times have somebody said something to you about like Michael Jackson? Because that's the first thing I thought when I saw the white glove. I'm like, there's Michael Jackson. FOMO probably done left.
No, he was just in here.
Oh,
He just said that he's.
He said karaoke challenges.
Yeah.
I was replying to him. I'm stupid. I'm dumb.
What were you saying, Shauna? Now?
I'm trying to find this email, or not email, but BL
Oh, so
Swagger said
BL Swagger said that he got
an email from Polka Audio saying they're announcing something tomorrow.
Who has the best poker face?
You can't see mine. You can't read
Huh?
mine.
Look at Michael. He's already
got to be Lady Gaga, right?
You can't read
my poker face, do do do.
So yeah, I mean, I think there's gonna be some reviews coming out tomorrow.
And BL Swagger said the embargo won't be lifted until tomorrow. By the way, BL Swagger, that is correct. The embargo won't be lifted until 3 a.m. Pacific Time Standard.
3 a.m.
Yeah, 3 a.m.
6 a.m.
Is it 3 a.m.?
Yeah,
Your time?
our time. It's
3 a.m.
6 a.m. Eastern time.
All right, I gotta go finish editing.
Dude, you gotta go take a
Be right
nap.
back.
I was almost hoping that my my audio didn't get fixed for the video for the.
Yeah.
Oh, FOMO's driving. He's hanging out driving.
What's up, man?
With his white
All,
glove.
all I have to say is make sure that you have the notification bell on
Word.
each of our channels,
Word.
except Aaron, because Aaron wasn't official.
He wasn't official back then.
But
Yeah.
click on that notification bell and hit all so you get notified when the video.
I have a little something for you.
How do you say it, Michael?
What's that?
The next video drops. How does that go?
When the next
video
drops. I haven't
There it
said that
is.
in a long time, man.
Oh,
It's
you got to
funny.
bring it back, dude.
Well, it's crazy because when you say something like that, it kind of is, kind of ingrained in your videos, and it's kind of like your little whatever.
That's your tagline, or
Yeah.
What's up,
and then-
everyone? Today we're going to be I'm going to take you on a tour of my home theater. There's been a lot of changes.
So
I've watched Mike's videos so much, like I can get the pacing right.
But, yeah, that's funny.
It's great.
I have to try to make sure to not say when the next video drops the same way, because it's like in the
I
back of my head.
I almost
I don't even say it anymore.
I got to be
Like, I haven't
conscious
said it
about
in a long
it
time.
too.
You got to bring it back.
I used to
Yeah.
say it.
That's
it's
the only
funny,
reason
where
I subscribed.
Where I was going with that is when I stopped saying it, there were people that were saying, "Oh, they would say it for me in the comments because I didn't say it." I'm
awesome.
like,
100%, it has to come back.
no, man.
Yeah. Bring it back. I did a few videos where I didn't have the jump music, and people are like, "Where's the jump?"
Yeah.
And I'm like,
So
"Oh,
weird.
okay, I'll bring it back."
I just figured I'd change it up, try something different.
Wonder what Aaron's is gonna be. What's your signature?
Oh,
your signature
Yeah,
move? You know what I mean?
Yeah, he doesn't
What's
have
your
one.
signature
that.
move?
I
That's
just
a
say
good idea.
peace out on all of mine, or I say peace on all of mine. That's
Oh.
it. That's what I got. Peace.
You gotta figure out.
Oh, he's
Michael's
farting right
creaking
now.
over there. I know what is.
I'll be honest, this chair sucks. I bought it.
Sucks
off
all
of
your
Am-
fart in.
I
Yeah,
bought it on
of course.
Amazon.
It was another youth man
Look at
deal. It just went south.
Yeah.
No. It's a couple $100 chair. It looked kind of cool. It was kind of different, black and white instead of your normal office chair. I'm like, man, I'm gonna be hip. I'm gonna be cool. This thing sucks.
This boy got a gaming,
Trying too
got a
hard.
gaming chair.
Yeah, you need to get one of those rocker chairs.
This is terrible, man. It's not comfortable. It
You need some
sucks.
WD-40 on that thing.
No, I need a new chair.
Back
This will last me a
Buckmaster.
year.
Buckmaster is when the next video plops.
Hey, so I mean, if we're gonna be real, I'm a recovering person with IBS, and if you guys know what IBS is, then if I said when the next video plops, that would make a lot of sense, actually.
It'd come out. So this isn't audio related. But look what I got here.
Oh,
Mac.
what?
What is that?
Oh,
That's pretty
gimbal?
cool.
Hey,
dude.
who makes that? Is that
This is,
Fit-
it's
Fitty?
called
Say,
I don't know how to. I need
if
to
you
know
don't
how
say
to
it right,
It's
you can't do it unless you say it correctly.
Yeah.
Fiutech.
Fiutech. I thought it was Phaeton.
I don't know.
Or is that the headphones?
It says Fiotech. But it's a gimbal. I was almost going to buy one for like my Patreon videos because normally I'm like holding my phone or whatever, and sometimes I'll be in the backyard just talking And when I go to places and I want to do a live stream at an event,
Yeah.
I want to be able to have something that's kind of smooth instead of all jerky. And I've got this big honking, well,
The chair still.
look at this thing. This thing's massive.
What is that? Is that the Ronin?
Yeah, it's a Ronin S. So this thing's like a two-hander kind of thing. But it's
That's what she's.
Wow. Always goes there. Always. But but that one's made for like mirrorless cameras, DSLRs, bigger, larger, heavier cameras. And I just needed something that was kind of small, compact. But I was looking at the DJI Osmo 4. So it's like $150.
Yeah.
And literally like the day before I bought it, this company reaches out to me and says, "Hey, Michael, we've got this gimbal. We like your channel. We'd love to see if you wanted to review it." And I'm like, yeah. I'd be glad to review
awesome.
it, you know? So,
You want to be hip.
yeah. So I'm going to check it
You
out.
wanted. First of all, you're not cool if you say you want to be hip.
Nah, I'm not hip. Dude,
This is the one I bought for my iPhone.
I've never been cool.
And it's okay. But I was actually the one that you just showed. I think it might have been the reason I was asking the name of it, because I was looking at some for my Sony, my mirrorless today for this weekend. I was thinking about ordering one, but I'm too cheap. So
Well, here's the cool thing. So that one was $750. So it's expensive. DJI came out, that was probably 2 years ago. They came out with a new one. It's still kind of expensive, but I think it's around the $400 range.
Yeah, I saw that today. Yeah.
So that's a good one for the camera too. Probably even has more features than mine does.
Yeah.
And then, but I wanted something, for the, from a little iPhone or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna check that out. So I'll make a video on that and channel.
DJI came out with something that I really want, and that's that new first-person view drone.
That thing looks rad. It's
I'm just
hauling,
trying.
man.
How on earth can I incorporate that into a video? And I was thinking maybe in an open field where it's just all snow, and I just put a box, and I just have the drone come right down and fly
right into the
around
port.
Mammoth.
And then you unbox it right there in the snow. Unbox it in the snow.
BL Swagger says, "My son is asking me why your face is like that. I don't know, because of this comment over here talking about jail toilets.
Worst is jail toilet.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 do not recommend. That's why."
Hey man, at least your cell had a toilet.
Oh man.
Well, that's a good point. Yeah, I just saw that. But that's why I don't have any money.
Better watch out on Craigslist and all those like sites, because Michael's chair is gonna go up for sale for like, I don't know, like $800.
Oh man.
But the thing is, it's white, so it's going to show all the stains underneath, like all the brown stains.
I don't know stains, man.
Well,
I'm good.
oh me.
Oh, thank you, Tristan. Appreciate it, man.
He's always good.
Appreciate it.
Somebody said IBS is no joke, and I would agree.
Yep. It's quite debilitating, is what
It
they
is.
said.
It really is, man. It's a game changer. So
Not in a good way.
no, not in a good way. I've got some really funny stories that have come from that.
Hey Joe, can you check on that link for the after
Yeah,
party?
I'll check it. Don't worry, though. It'll be working.
We'll get you guys hooked up.
Home
So
theater
speaking
tour,
of that, we're pretty much up on the hour, getting ready to head to the after show. So if you are one of our patrons, you've got the link over there. If you're not a patron, we'd love to have you join us every week. We just hang out for probably 30, 45 minutes, sometimes longer, just chilling with you guys, just like we're doing here. But instead of you typing in the chat, you get to interact with us face to face. We get to hang out in person, and it's just a fun time to get together, talking audio, talking just anything. And there's a whole lot of like Shauna saying
A lot of
extra,
anything.
saying extra stuff on there too. So
Shauna Unfiltered.
okay, so we gotta address this. If you're gonna be like sliding in here, you gotta at least learn how to pronounce his name.
Yeah.
It's
Shauna.
Shauna,
Dude, I'm
not
You don't like
Sha-
Shauna?
from the
Shauna.
south. Hey,
Yeah,
it's a lot better than what he called me the first time.
Ooh,
He called me Arian the first day.
Arian. Oh, that's
Arian.
awesome.
Aaron from Arian's Audio Corner.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Oh man.
You're
have a good night,
pretty
man.
quick
Appreciate
with
you, brother.
the you were pretty quick with the comeback. You're like, I'm from Alabama, but I don't think so.
Yeah. I'm used to it.
Oh man,
Word.
that was funny. Yeah.
Hey,
All right.
Tristan, have a good night, man.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.
That's right, everybody who's a patron, make sure you go over to Patreon and grab the link for our Jitsi meeting right after the show. So on behalf of myself, Michael, Joe, and Aaron, thank you guys so much. We do this every Monday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And again, yes, there is a big announcement happening tomorrow from Polk Audio. Make sure you check out Joe's channel, my channel, Mike's channel. New videos incoming tomorrow, 3 a.m. Pacific,
6 a.m.
6 a.m. Eastern.
Eastern.
That's right.
Danger's my middle name.
And we'll see you guys